therapy kind to help their cases. For sociologists, we are interested in macro level of the society. So the way we help people is through our research. Sure. I'm Meng Rongling, and usually I ask others to call me MJ. And I'm an assistant professor of sociology at NTU, so National Taiwan University. Who is a sociologist? This is a very big question, I guess. Most of us working in the universities or in some kind of research institutes, and whoever do research on society can be called as sociologists. My profession is a kind of occupation that's working on researching the societies and the people within the society and human social behaviors and a lot of different stuff like what you think, what you act, what you do in society. So that's a very broad field. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My personal story is very interesting. It's not very straightforward. So I studied, so in our high school, we have educational tracking, meaning that you have to choose, like whether you want to go into humanities and social sciences or nature sciences. And at that time, I was aspired to be a engineer. So an aerospace engineer. So I chose, of course, natural science side, and I studied biology, physics, chemistry. But when I was, so we had college entrance exam, right? And I didn't do very well on the exam. So I ended up going to sociology major in university. And at that time, at first, I was not very satisfied with my grade, and I was trying to transfer to other major. I was thinking about like going to psychology, but then I figured out, wow, sociology is so cool. It's like new lens for me to look at the world, look at the society, look at people around me. So then I decided to stay in sociology. And yeah, that's my personal story. Because I was a nature scientist, I was in the nature sciences track in high school, so I was kind of familiar with biology, and that's why I kept doing work integrating sociology and biology together. And yeah, that's my personal story. Kind of the way you want to understand the society, the way you want to uncover what is underneath the surface of the phenomena. And if you have those kind of curiosity and interest, then sociology may be a very good subject for you. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a very good question, and we are often asked by students and the parents of the students about the question like what jobs can sociology major do after they graduate from sociology. And the most straightforward answer would be like if you have some background in survey research, you can go into like survey institutes. So for people doing polls, then you can go there and do some marketing polls, something like that. And for others, I guess many Taiwanese students will get into government's job. And other than that, you can also become an editors for newspapers. And there are a lot of jobs you can do. Like I guess some of the graduates here can even become like engineers doing data management. And there are a lot of things you can do, just that there's no very matching job like accountant. If you study accountant, then you can become an accountant afterwards. But in sociology, there's no such kind of job. And it's up to you. Like you can develop your own job or just create a new job for yourself. But yeah, I guess there's a lot of job you can do. Mm-hmm. Sure. So my research interest is in society and genetics. Basically looking at a gene environment interaction part. Yeah, my personal work. So I'm interested in a lot of stuff. And recently, I'm interested in your partnership trajectories and your health in later life. And so health is a very broad area, like can encompass your physical health, your mental health, your subjective well-being, and it's affected by both your social factors and your personality, your characteristics, and of course genetic components. So in my work, I incorporated all of these, like your partnership trajectories and your socioeconomic backgrounds, like your educational attainment, your parental education, and your genetic components related to a lot of things, like related to obesity and some personality traits. For example, extroversion, introversion, something like that into the model. So I can see how the your trajectories, the regular life, and the genes, the genetic component interact together to affect one's well-being in the later life. And that's my recent work. In the past, I also look at women in science, basically looking at who are the women who enter the STEM career. And what I found was that only if the genetic ability of the woman was very, very good, like exceptional, would the woman enter STEM career. And my guess was that maybe only the very exceptional women who feel confident in themselves or be considered very good in their job, so they will enter STEM career. Yeah, that's my recent work. So if you want to study sociology, I would say just try to read some books and maybe just go into a class on intro to sociology to see if you like it. I wasn't very interested in sociology at first. That was because just after my first year in sociology major, that became to be very interesting in sociology. So I couldn't really give you a very good advice on what I did to become a sociology. I guess if you want to be a sociologist or if you're interested, then maybe just read more, experience more around you, and see if there's something that interests you and get into that and think more about that. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good answer. Okay, so misconception. Oftentimes, well, so in this building we have sociology and social work. One misconception we often get is what's the difference between sociology and social work? And people usually mess up sociology and social work together, like asking us how do we help special cases with certain kind of problems or issues with them. But I would say, well, yes. To some extent, sociologists help people, but the way sociologists help people are different from social workers who usually have to intervene the process or just do some like therapy kind to help their cases. For sociologists, we are interested in macro level of the society. So the way we help people is through our research and through our understanding of the phenomena, and we'll probably work with policymakers to build a better, create better policies to help the poor or those who are in need. Yeah. Sure. Um, so one movie that I think I would recommend you is The Truman Show. It's kind of a very old movie, like 30 or 40 years ago. But that movie shows a very well, should I tell you the movie? Like, it'll be a spoiler, right? So, the movie is about a kid who grew up in front of a TV show. So when he was little, just an infant, somebody from the show adopted him, and he grew up in front of the recorder. So people build us kind of a society, which is a fake society for that person, and they have actors around him and trying to shape his life. And until a certain point, like he was an adult, he realized that everything around him was fake, was not true, and he tries to break um, the room. I mean the cast room to get out of the show. And at that point, it was like for from a sociologist's view, it was just like you want to break the social structure and try to see what it's like. And I guess, well, just go see the movie and you will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would be clear. Well, it's my first time to have students from Mongolia. It's great to have you interested and coming to my class to take sociology, like research methods and statistics. I don't even know people who take this kind of course when they are like doing exchanging student program. So it's a surprise to know that you guys have a group like this, like Young Sociologist Club, and try to do some kind of like video clubs like this and interviewing a lot of different faculty members around the world, maybe. I really admire your jobs and thank you all for organizing this. And it's, well, my great pleasure to meet you all. Yeah, thank you. Please introduce yourself to us.
Okay, my name is Robert. I'm from Czech Republic, and now I'm studying at Taiwan